Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Mehdi. In today's video, I'll be reviewing 12 of most searched fragrances on YouTube. People are searching these fragrances. These are most searched fragrances for some reason. Without any further ado, at number 12, Kismet Angel from Maison Khamrah. It is famous because of being one of the best colognes, cheapest alternatives colognes of Angel Share from House of by Colognes. I can say it is almost identical to that fragrance, but it doesn't smell as high quality. The fair enough quality is fair enough, or as dense as by Colognes. It is like a little bit more airy compared to real stuff. Smells very sophisticated, niche, and expensive. It is a little bit boozy, dried, fruity, and very little smoky. That smokiness, I like it because they could catch also that smoky feel of, little smoky feel of Angel's Share. So I can get like maximum 6-7 hours in terms of longevity with Angel's Share, or let's say good 6 hours with first hour and a half average projection and sillage. But this one is not as long lasting, but for this price, for 20 bucks for 100 ml, it is fair enough. I can get like 4 to 5 hours plus longevity with first hour and a half, again like soft projection and sillage. Number 11, most searched fragrance on YouTube is Initius Oud for Greatness, one of my most complimented oud based fragrances. I believe it is like daring and at the same time wearable, has those daring and let's say dirty notes and also sweet and more approachable notes. If you are into this type of oriental, spicy, outstanding, unusual smelling fragrances, this one is definitely a must try for you. Gets very great compliments, and scent profile is like bitter, woody, slightly plasticky, and like candy flossy sweet at the same time with touch of saffron at the background of the fragrance. I can get like 14-16 hours plus longevity with this one, and projection sillage is very loud for over 3 hours. At number 10, Male Elixir by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Such a handsome fragrance and covers lots of important factors for me. For example, I don't like flat fragrances. I like fragrances that are more sophisticated, at the same time wearable and complimenting, with a great performance and price. I can find all of those factors here in one bottle. Smells very complex. It is herbal, not that much in the woody side or fruity side. It is sweet. I can get some sort of powderiness at the top of the fragrance, and less, like 12 hours plus with 3 hours of great projection and sillage, and such a big complimenting factor. At number 9, Reflection Man from House of Amouage, one of my absolute favorite oriental floral fragrances in the game. I don't like that much floral fragrances, but this one is another story. I was reading somewhere that one comment that Mehdiscent told me this fragrance is a complimenting fragrance. He introduced this fragrance to me, but it doesn't get me at all any compliment. Let's see if there is here guarantee you can get your money back. No, they didn't mention it. So it is a floral, powdery and oriental, slightly spicy, with touch of very little green notes at the background. It is very sophisticated, complex, and next level type of floral fragrance. Smells very bright like crystal and very outstanding, very clear and net. I don't have that much fragrances in this genre. It is very outstanding for me. Maybe a little bit Prada L'Homme or Prada Luna Rossa Sport, Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male, but this one is way better compared to all of those fragrances. Just some mutual vibes are available at the betweens. Lasts only 10 to 12 hours plus in terms of longevity, and 2-3 hours good projection and sillage. Number 8, from House of Afnan, Supremacy, not only intense. To be honest, one of those few cologne fragrances that I have backup bottle of them, like Club de Nuit Intense Man, like Resassi Daraj. I don't have that much backups of cologne fragrances, like Milestone from House of Armaf Sillage. This one is also a backup bottle worthy cologne fragrance, as it is concentrated. It is extrait de parfum, like 40% oil concentration. It is smoky, earthy, and citrusy, and gets solid compliments. Smells super expensive, and I believe it is a must-have, as it is extremely versatile, cheap, long-lasting, and complimenting. We can go dressed up, casual, formal, daytime, nighttime, any season, but shines better at the spring and summer. Lasts only 12 hours plus, projection sillage to 3 hours. At number 7, YSL Myself. I hate this fragrance. Hate is a big word, I understand, but I can't stand this. I gave it time, like maybe 1 month I have it. I don't know, 3 weeks, 1 month. Maybe it grows on me, but no, hell no. I thought it is a citrusy fragrance, citrusy floral, but it is way more floral, like drops of citruses. It is me, drops of citruses for me at the background. If you are going after this one to get a fresh citrusy fragrance, it is not that. At least to my nose, it is too floral, too feminine, synthetic, and powdery, and very, very outdated. Personally, I believe this one is a waste of money for me, but I respect if you like it. I understand fragrances are different for everybody. So performance, I don't know actually, but I haven't worn it that much. It just was like 1-2 sprays because I can't stand it. But I believe it is like 6 to 7 hours max in terms of longevity, and projection sillage is not that great. Number 6, Hayaati from House of Lattafa. It is aquatic, dense, slightly floral and fresh type of fragrance. It is Cologne of Invictus by Paco Rabanne, which performs better compared to the current batches of Invictus. And it is denser and slightly somehow creamy compared to that fragrance. I don't get a creamy vibe at all in the Invictus. Invictus is more aquatic and woody. This one is a bit creamy, aquatic and woody. Maybe because of concentration of the fragrance, I don't know, but it is not as fresh as Invictus, but definitely lasts longer and gets the job done. I prefer it for spring and summer, definitely better for spring, as it is a little bit maybe too sweet for summer. Lasts on me like 6 to 7 hours plus, let's say good 6 hours with first hour and a half average projection and sillage. Now we are at top 5, going fast. Without any further ado, again by Afnan, 9 p.m, one of the top sellers from this house and one of the best alternatives for Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. But compared to that fragrance, I have to say this one is not as long lasting and as complex. It's like flat version of that fragrance. I can say it is very close to that fragrance, but it is more synthetic, leans more synthetic, and also there is some details missing in the fragrance, but fair enough, in the air is almost identical, but sweetness is here a bit like sugary. I like the sweetness in Ultra Male better, but for this price I cannot have any complaint, to be honest. Lasts on me like 7 to 8 hours plus maximum in terms of longevity. Projection and sillage is good 2 hours. Number 4, Dior Sauvage, still king, still people searching this fragrance, and still I believe gets the job done. It is masculine, it is modern, long lasting and extremely sexy. At the top it is citrusy, very sharp, and we have some sort of peppery vibe at the background of the fragrance. Ambroxan and lavender are another prominent notes here. I have also a few backup bottles and different batches. The newest batch lasts only like 8-9 hours plus in terms of longevity, with 2 hours of good projection and sillage. Still fair enough, I have to say. This one is one of the oldest batches, lasts way longer. Maybe it is older, that's why, I don't know. It lasts like 12 hours plus in terms of longevity and 3 hours solid projection and sillage. Number 3, Armaf Club de Nuit Man. EDT, this is a parfum bottle, but yeah, bottles are almost identical. I believe people are searching more about EDT, which is one of the best alternatives and cheapest alternatives for Creed Aventus if you are into smokier batches of Aventus and you are not that much into that fascinating opening of Aventus, because you're gonna get some sort of harsh and almost different opening, let's say, compared to Aventus, very synthetic and cheap, but at the dry down, I believe they are almost identical. So if you don't care that much about that great opening of Aventus or more fruitier batches of Aventus, Club de Nuit Man EDT, EDP are one of the best alternatives in terms of price, performance, and definitely compliments. At number 2, to be honest, I was not expecting this fragrance. After this much years, still top seller and still ranking. Oud Wood from House of Tom Ford, and it is not one of those safe fragrances, I have to say. Scent profile is not for everybody. It is like mostly in that daring side, but it is crazy. Still top seller and people are searching about this one. So it is like bitter, it is herbal, woody, somehow plasticky, and very little soapy. I wish it was a bit like longer lasting. It has that potential because daring fragrances are easy to be boosted somehow, I have to say, or to last longer. But yeah, 5-6 hours, maximum 7 hours in terms of longevity. But lasts on clothing crazy, like 2 days, I have to say. But on the skin, on my skin at least, 6 hours max, 7 hours barely. Projection and sillage is first hour and a half, average and soft. A great fragrance for indoor situations, and I prefer it dressed up. Number 1, but before getting to it, I want from you, honestly, write a guess in the comment sections. Guess which fragrance is at number 1? Which fragrance is the most searched fragrance right now on YouTube? Is it Creed Aventus? صدا بازه، نشانه حجبات, Stronger with Intensely, Dior Sauvage Elixir, Serge Bapura. Which fragrance is at number 1? Which one you believe? Parfums de Mal Leighton? Maybe, I don't know. Are you ready? This is number 1 most searched fragrance on YouTube. Lattafa Khamrah. Unbelievable. Yeah, I have way more better fragrances, but I have to say for this price, this presentation and scent profile, yeah, I can understand why. This is one of the most searched fragrances. It smells expensive. It is dried fruity, oriental, sweet, spicy, and very little boozy. Personally, I don't get that much similarities between this one, or at all, let's say, between this one and Angel's Share. It is like closer to my nose to Stronger with You DNA. Somehow lasts on me like 10 hours plus. It is solid lasting fragrance, and projection series is great for 2-3 hours. Take care, guys.